It's Saturday morning at 10 a.m., so you know what that means. It's time for What's Up, Ocala? With tens of thousands of viewers every month on our YouTube channel and millions so far on TikTok, we are joined by our host, local owner and broker of Great Expectations Realty, Andrea Praber.
Good morning and welcome to What's Up, Ocala. I'm your host, Andrea Praber, and with me today is an amazing guest that I've been working so hard to bring in here to talk to you. I'm very, very excited that she was able to make it in today. She's a very, very busy lady. So why don't you go ahead and tell everyone who you are and where you're from.
My name is Lily Barron, and I am the president of SPCA of Ocala Animal Rescue.
Yeah, that's so cool. So tell us all the exciting stuff that you have been getting into lately.
Where do I start?
You guys over there do not mess around. You do not delay or wait or anything. You're always doing something. So.
Right. Just before we came here today, literally in the past 48 hours, I had to do an emergency rescue. And just before I came here, I had to deliver the last dog that we rescued.
Oh my goodness.
There was no time for hair or makeup.
No, that's okay. We're pretty easygoing lot around here. So,
right.
So what else?
I think a lot of you know me because of Molly, of Molly's Law, the ambassador to the Marion County Animal Abuser Registry. She was a dog that was stabbed in the head and beat with a bat. And Marion County residents got together and they went before the Board of County Commissioners. And long story short, we got an animal abuser registry passed here in Marion County. And it's become somewhat renowned because so many people know about Molly's story. And we've had people as far as England, Spain, Germany, and Austria call us from other countries. Also, Washington State, Texas, and California have inquired about the Animal Abuser Registry. So that's a good sign that it's really getting out there.
Oh, I definitely think it's something that should be in all areas, in all states. I mean, because you just basically end up repeating the whole process again of an abuser just going and adopting a dog and or any kind of animal really, and keep doing the same kind of damage. And not everybody is able to do, background checks and stuff like that. They think they're sending this pet over to a loving home, and come to find out this is not only an abuser, but a repeat offender.
Exactly. Well, what I am doing, what a lot of people know me as for right now, is that I am lobbying for a nationwide animal abuser database.
That would be fantastic.
I have been doing this for the past 2 years. I haven't had a lot of luck, but then I have made a lot of progress. I have talked to a lot of the state representatives. I've talked to numerous senators. I've talked to a couple congressmen. I even talked to Rick Scott, Kat Kamek.
That's awesome.
I'm just a little engine that could. I mean, I'm not a big international, one of these organizations like the ASPCA or the United States Humane Society. I've asked, do you want to hear this? ASPCA is against an animal abuser registry.
Really?
On their main page, on their website, they have a paragraph as why they do not believe in an animal abuser registry. They believe in rehabilitation. So when I talked to Representative Stan McLean about this, he said, Lily, he said they can still be rehabilitated, and we can still have a database,
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
the ASPCA is totally against an animal abuser registry.
That's surprising to me.
And then you have the United States Humane Society works with the ASPCA on numerous projects, so they're not going to jump on board and help us with that either. So it's, kind of up to me to get it out there. But I've got a lot of things up my sleeve to pursue this. I'm going to give it, for 2025, give it my go again.
Absolutely. Well, you keep being that little engine that could. So what other stuff have you got going on?
Well, now that we're talking
about
about Molly, also, I wanted to bring to your attention that, did you know that there was a statue of Molly?
I do. I have seen it. Absolutely. Yes. It's downtown Ocala, actually.
Yes,
So,
it is.
yeah.
It's downtown Ocala by Citizen Circle in front of the Farmers Market, downtown market. And Molly's statue was done by master sculptor Nelda Colmus. And the marble she used came from Michelangelo's cave.
Oh, wow. I
And
did not
Molly's
know that.
statue is one of a kind in the world.
Wow.
She is pretty
How
special.
unique. Yes.
Yeah, she's pretty special.
So not to bring up hardship, but we've lost Molly at
Yeah,
this
Molly
point.
passed away February 22nd of last year. And February 22nd of this year, I did a celebration of life for her. And 122 people came to it. And it was the most beautiful event. It was, anybody who loses a dog, I will tell you this, do a celebration of life. It relieves that hurt, that pain, that grief. You know, everybody was telling Molly stories. Your family and friends could do the same thing. We had a priest there who said a prayer for her, and unfortunately it was same time K9 Leo got shot and killed.
Oh, wow.
So we incorporated K9 Leo into her celebration of life. And you know, ever since we've had that celebration of life, I have not, it's like I don't cry anymore. I don't feel, hurt and upset she's gone. And of course I'm upset she's gone, but there's that pain that, every time I mentioned her or I saw something about her, I would cry. And I don't do that anymore. I'm so happy
that's
for
wonderful.
her that she did so much for so many people and what she represents in the animal world and what she still represents and what's going to represent. So if you ever lose a pet, I highly suggest doing a celebration of life. In fact, we even did a beautiful dove release.
Aw.
Yeah, and it was wonderful.
That's wonderful.
We're still plugging along. So what we're doing now is that cat, dog, guinea pig, ferret, rabbit, have your pet microchipped. That is so important. But once you get it microchipped, get it registered. If you do not have that microchip registered in your name with your current information, they can't find you. They
Right.
can't get that pet back to you.
Right.
But tell me, who wouldn't want to get their animal, microchipped?
Oh, I'm actually even worse. I have to tell you, I have, not only is our dog microchipped, but I actually have on her collar a little tile. And so we
It's a
can
GPS.
actually,
Yes,
I have a GPS locator on my dog, so I know, just in case she gets lost, because we got her as a puppy, and she, of course, she doesn't know what yards are. She just sees grass. She doesn't know this belongs to you or that. And she sees something interesting, she's gonna go chase it. She's a puppy. She's about a year old now, but yeah, she has her little tile on her collar, and it actually does have a QR code on the back
Right,
of the
so
tile.
they can scan
So
it.
anybody that finds her can actually scan it and find me if I don't find her first.
Right,
So,
right.
of course, we've not had to use her or anything like that, but they're so inexpensive these days. I think it was like $25 or something.
Inexpensive?
It was so inexpensive to do.
Wait a minute. Do you know that the SPCA of Ocala offers free microchip clinics?
Oh, wow.
Yes, we do. That saves you the trip to the vet's office. Right there is a vet charge when you walk into the office, which is $38 to $58. Then to get the microchip in, then to register the microchip, that's $150 savings, easy.
Right.
But you want to hear the kicker? We just did one for the farmland preservation. We hire a driver to pull our rig. We hire a vet. We hire a veterinarian technician. We do all the advertising, and it costs us a pretty good
Oh, yeah.
penny to put one of these things on.
Right.
Only 6 people showed up.
You've got to be kidding me.
No. 6 people showed up for that event, and it cost us a pretty good penny, like I said, to put that on. And this is my thing about microchipping. Now, this is my opinion, is that I think that Marion County should have mandatory microchipping. I do a lot of events, and I talk to the people. And all of us want our pets to come home to us.
Of course.
Now, if we just gave a grant to Marion County Animal Services for a free microchip. So for the whole month, I think it was March, you had the ability to go in there and get your microchip for free. And they did 120 dogs. We haven't had that kind of luck, but they did. So
Go wherever the dogs are. I don't know.
But the point is that if you've got the microchips and you can get them for free, why are people not getting them for free?
No, that's crazy. But see, I didn't know about that. And I have a dog, and I'm out doing events and stuff like that. For some reason, I never even heard about it either. And that's a fantastic fantastic.
They can go to our Facebook page,
Okay.
SPCA of Ocala, and then we have our website, which is spcaofocala.org. In fact, the next event that we're doing, our microchip clinic, is at the Pet Palooza at the World Equestrian Center.
Oh, fun.
That's June 22nd and June 23rd. And Saturday, June 22nd, from 11 to 1, we are again having a free microchip clinic. And this is probably going to be our last one for the year.
Oh, wow.
So everybody and anybody who would like to get their cat, their dog, their rabbit, their ferret,
Okay. Do you do horses? Because there was a horse that got out recently.
Yes, horses do get microchip. We don't do that, but there are veterinarians that will microchip
I would imagine.
horses.
Did you hear about the horse that was going down 200 in the middle of the
And
night?
there are a lot of people that do microchip their horses.
I absolutely would. Absolutely. Because, they do tend to jump fences more often than dogs at times. So, just saying.
Right, exactly. So we are doing that. If you've got a person who's habitual and keeps, their dogs running loose or chasing people or whatever it may be, they need to be held responsible for that. And I think that this is the time for the commissioners to kick some butt.
I think a lot of it is the animal control building and facilities that we have as part of Marion County right now are inadequate, to say the least.
Yes, they are. They are. But we've got a new shelter coming. I know there's a lot of stuff going on about that. I personally do not know what's going on with the new shelter.
I was hoping to try and get some tidbits out of you. Like, what have you heard? Get any gossip?
I haven't. All I heard is that they are in the planning stages now. I mean, they had to work something out with the city of Ocala.
I think they had to annex.
Yes, and
all of the property.
But this is the kicker, and please listen to this. Is there are so many people out there yelling and screaming at animal control and animal services and calling people's names and calling our commissioners' names. That isn't the way to do it.
No.
There's a right way and there's a wrong way.
Yeah.
And as soon as you start being a very aggressive person and start the name calling and the yelling and the screaming, they don't listen to you. You got to have a conversation with them and talk intelligently and act responsibly. When you're an idiot, they're going to say, they're going to turn away from you.
Right.
They're not going to listen to you.
Right.
But not only that, and I have a lot of friends at Marion County Animal Services, and it really makes me feel bad when they're so upset because there's people on Facebook talking rudely about them personally.
Oh, absolutely.
And they have family. They have friends.
Oh, absolutely. That's uncalled for. And that's not
something that's not
how you
necessary.
Act. Yeah.
So I would like to see that stop, but it's not going to. Because no matter what the county commissioners do, and the new director of Animal Services, her name is Kiara Lynch, no matter what she does, she can't do no right.
Right, yeah. That is a very thankless job. I actually had Beth McCall in here last week, and I was so grateful that she was able to make it in, because that's also one busy lady, let me say. But again, she's going for the school board again, and I was like, what drives you to do this? Because this is a very thankless job.
Yes.
No matter what you do or how much grace you extend or what you do, somebody is always going to say something, or somebody is always going to be pulling you down or whatever. So why do it? So why do you do it?
Well, I have a passion for animals. I've been very successful in everything that I kind of wanted to do for the animals. I've been able to do.
You've gotten a lot accomplished, that's for sure.
Well, thank you. And, during COVID, we sold the facility. We don't have it anymore. So now we're just foster base. So, and there's so many people that we really, really listen to, and they're begging for help, and they need this and they need that, and they want this, and how do you do this? That we've turned to animal welfare too. To where that's our bucket, that's what we're doing a lot of things at now. So when there is an issue here in Marion County, I will pick up the phone and call a commissioner or call the new director or reach out to another rescue. But my drive is getting it done for the right reasons.
Right. So, let's go into that just a little bit. You say you sold the facility. So let's say the animals that you picked up today, where did they go?
Okay, believe it or not, I have a list. I've got this so down pat. I'm a well-oiled wheel. I have a list of fosters.
Okay.
And then we also have a list of people who call us that are looking for animals. So when you call us to adopt an animal, we take your name and number. Okay, we ask you if it's okay if we come out and have you fill out the application, the adoption. So at that same time, we get to, do a house check to see what kind of yard, house, or so that the animal that you want to adopt, is the right animal for that particular residence.
Right.
You don't want, like a lot of people will want a Great Dane in an apartment. Not happening with us. Not happening.
Great Dane is a lot to take on no matter where you live. But
right. But that's what I'm saying. So, and that works out real well. It makes the people feel comfortable, we're comfortable. So when we get a call in for somebody who surrenders that animal, what we'll do is we have our list. We call that person. We do, of course, if they have an animal, we do our meet and greet and the whole thing. So it's like we know exactly where this animal's going to go. And if it doesn't work out, we always have a backup. Okay. So that's how we do it now. And it works really well.
Wow.
It works really well.
So it's just basically more mobile than anything.
Yeah, we have a mobile unit that we do the microchip clinics and some adoption events. Okay. But like I said, we have a clientele list like this long.
Wow.
So, and it's really good. But what we do need is volunteers to do events. We do so many events. And that's where we need the help, too. Mm-hmm. I mean, we always could use monetary donations, to keep us going, because, there's a lot of expense in running a rescue.
Well, I mean, speaking as a parent that I have a high schooler, I have a college student and a high schooler, and, these high school kids, some of them actually want to be veterinarians, and some of them are actually already looking into colleges to go and do that or to work with animals in some capacity. But they also have volunteer hours. Is that something you guys have looked into? And is it, because I believe it's 501(c), right?
The SPCA of Ocala does not do that, but Vocal, they have a really good program, and so does Marion County Animal Services.
All right, parents, you heard it.
Marion County, Marion County Humane Society, they're the ones. They have a good program, too. But I know Marion County Animal Services has a volunteer program as well. Gotcha. And, for something like that, that's what I think is a great thing is go to all three. Go to Vocal, go to our Marion County Humane Society, go to Marion County Animal Service. Everyone's system is different, and you get that feeling of how people and why they do it.
Right.
And then if you volunteer at Marion County Animal Service, that's a government entity, to where Marion County Humane Society is a shelter, and so is Vocal. But they're different from Marion County Animal Services. Right. So.
Right. And I know the Humane Society here in Marion County is extremely strong. I know they've got a few thrift stores that they have, and they have, it's a pretty active community. I mean,
that's our biggest second rescue besides Marion County Animal Services is Marion County Humane Society. They do have the thrift store. They have their bark bus. They have a brand new animal clinic.
Oh, wow.
I mean, they have a phenomenal brand new animal clinic that you check it out. It's and the prices are very reasonable too.
Right.
Very reasonable.
Yeah, because I think again, it's
they do a large volume of adoptions too.
Yeah.
And what's really good is that when the county is, as you know, is always booked, Marion County Humane Society, they do a big thing with animal owner surrenders. So if you can support them and Vocal as well and your other smaller rescues. But that brings me to, here in Marion County, we're talking about, me working with the commissioners and stuff like that. I would like to see shelter reform because we have some rescues that aren't up to par,
Well, we just had that huge incident where
Matt Kill.
Yes. You know what I was thinking. Yeah. And I think, honestly, he did have good intentions at the start, and I think he just got way overwhelmed, and obviously there was definitely some mental illness or something going on with that, because he had 58 dogs that were just in deplorable conditions, and I think where he started and where he ended was not somewhere he ever thought to end.
Well,
but
I'm going
again,
to disagree with you because I know a lot about the story.
Okay.
And he did that. Before he came to Marion County, he was a resident of Broward County, and he did the same exact thing there.
Wow. Well, I always like to give people the benefit of the doubt. I mean, obviously,
well, this is why we need. This is a good subject. This is why we need that animal abuser registry statewide.
Right.
Is because if he was on an animal abuser database, he would have never been able to go from Broward County to Marion County and do the same thing again.
Right.
And now he's on the run. There's a warrant out for his arrest.
Oh yeah. It's kind of ironic to me that he had no issue with starving these dogs in cages, and yet he is fleeing being put in a cage himself. So that I think he needs to go ahead and pay for his crimes.
The Marion County Animal Abuser Registry.
Good.
There's a lot of charges against him, but that is why we need the statewide animal abuser database. But right now there's like 10 counties that have it. Mm-hmm. For us to check that database, we have to go on 10 counties' websites.
Oof.
And then we have to call and make sure it's up to date, because the breeders use it, the shelters use it, the rescues use it, law enforcement uses it.
Yeah.
So this is why it would be so much better if we had that statewide animal abuser database.
I agree.
It would prevent so much, and it would help so many.
Well, if somebody is, if they have child abuse or something like that, they're going to be on a registry, and yet we don't have that for pets, and that is in this case, the case from back in February, that led to dogs that dying in that circumstance. So it was just an awful case for our county. I think a lot of people were just absolutely saddened and sickened by it.
That's not the first time it's happened though in this county.
That's definitely an issue with a lot of counties out there. So you are absolutely right. I mean, obviously Molly is a good example of that, or bad example of that, I should say.
Well, something really bad. Look how good it turned out.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Something so horrific turned out to be so wonderful because she became the spokesperson for first of all, because of her case, we got the Animal Abuser Registry. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I'm still trying to get the database statewide. And it's funny, you were just talking about the child molesters and all that stuff. We have a database for pedophiles. So we could use that same exact database, but it'd be called an animal abuser database. Mm-hmm. It's already there. And so it's a matter of me getting the right representative and the right senator to, bring it to the House, get it to the floor, get it through committee, all that stuff. I mean, I don't have a lot of experience. I'm going into this just
trying to get it done. Yeah.
Yes, I'm trying to get it done.
Well, you have definitely got quite a bit of it done already. At least for our county, and that must make you very proud that you were able to do that.
I now I am proud of it. At first, I was always so busy getting it done, and still getting this done and getting that done. But now I look back and it's like, I did that.
That's awesome.
I did that.
So what are you working on right now? Obviously, you're wanting to get the registry statewide, or nationwide would be even better.
I'll start with statewide.
Start with state and
I get it
work
done
your way up.
Statewide, I'm done.
Yeah.
Let someone else go nationwide.
So what else are you working on?
Well, let's see here. I brought you a little list here. Oh, during the holidays. Mm-hmm. Okay, we've got holidays coming up with the fireworks.
Yes.
Okay, the city is now doing drones and stuff like that. But still, when we get them holidays and you have them fireworks, please do not leave any animal outside. Bring that animal out. And then the next day, we hear on Facebook, and we get the calls like you can't believe, well, we opened the door and the dog ran out. Really? Put the dog in the bedroom, put the dog in the laundry room, put the dog somewhere.
Yeah.
Better than anything is put your dog in a crate, cover the crate. When it comes to the 4th of July, the New Year's, all the holidays that we use the fireworks with and stuff like that, that is why you need to get your animal microchipped.
Yeah. So our dog again, she was a puppy. We had her in July. And she was definitely more freaked out by the fireworks, and a lot of barking, a lot of and we tried to downplay it as much as possible. So, but of course we had her right there with us, and we just so she kind of could get used to it. But of course, in our neighborhood, we live in the county, so in our neighborhood there was fireworks going on throughout the neighbors in the neighborhood for probably about 3 or 4 days.
Yes.
So it wasn't like it's just one day and one evening and it's over. It was like inconsistent, so she never really knew what was going on or whatever. But she did a lot better January. This past January, she just kind of took it with a grain of salt and was like, oh yes, I remember this, and she did much better. But
there's
absolutely not going to leave her outside for that.
A lot of things you could do, like you said, and it's usually a 3-4 day thing. Especially if you're in rural areas.
Yeah.
Everybody has a gun.
Yeah.
But people will wear a thunder shirt, okay? But if you have a dog or a cat for those few days, bring it in your house, put it in a crate. You can put a blanket on. You can play music.
Mm-hmm. We had
if
the
you
TV
take
going.
your animal out, put it on a leash. It's so much. Let me tell you something. Those are the worst times for us. We really get upset, because there's so many stupid people out there that just do these things when it's so preventable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I can definitely see that you're, very passionate about it. And, sometimes even with the best of intentions, stuff happens, and, I can definitely relate. But, again, I'm always trying to give them the benefit of the doubt.
There are a lot of people that are having financial problems.
They are.
Okay. And we have some low-cost clinics here. And, reach out to the Marion County Humane Society. Reach out to Vocal. You have Paw Prints. These are low-cost clinics. And when they have a special, like you can find them on Facebook or their website and that, take them up on it. Like next month, $20 spay neuter. Mm-hmm. And if you have a dog that hasn't spayed or neuter, take that dog in.
Yeah.
Save that money.
Yeah.
And they're like Vocal has a very big feeding program if you need food. But there's a process you have to go through. And it's annoying. A lot of people say, well, I don't want to do that. Well,
the dog's got to eat.
Food.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually went through the recipe that the dog and I came up with, based on what she likes to eat and all that, and took to the vet and said, here's what I've got that seems to be working the best after some trial and error, and she's been on it for about 6 months now. But honestly, it's really not that expensive, and it meets all of her needs, and I only have to do it about once a month, and then I put it in little separate baggies and put it in the freezer, and then we get it out as needed and all of that. But
there are a lot of people that will cook for their dogs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I never thought that I would be doing this for a dog. I have enough just, cooking for my family, but she's healthier because of it. And honestly, it's not that expensive. It really is not very expensive to do it. And as far as the time and the commitment, she's definitely worth it. So to do that, I highly recommend. And if I weren't able to do that, or if we were facing some kind of financial, be proactive about it. Get the help. The help is definitely out there. They're not going to be judgmental. They're just glad that you are coming to them instead of, coming to them and saying, I have to give this pet back, or coming in where you're not taking care of the pet at all.
Well, that's just it. And when it comes to spay and neuter, it's free. And people don't show up.
Yeah.
And that's very
crazy.
Heartbreaking. Yes.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy.
Stepping up and taking advantage of these programs, they will go away.
Right, just for lack of interest. Absolutely. So, anything else that you want to bring up?
I think we covered pretty much.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, well, I want to thank you so much for coming in. I greatly appreciated it. And if you have anything that you need or whatever, there are at plenty of events, including the one coming up at the World Equestrian Center, so they can find you there.
Petpalooza, free microchip clinic, 11 to 1 Saturday.
Awesome.
And then we'll be doing the Macintosh event in October, the art festival that's coming up.
Fantastic.
So we have a busy schedule.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks so much.
Thank you.
You've been listening to What's Up, Ocala? Follow us all week on Andrea Praber's YouTube channel and TikTok. We'll see you next week at 10 a.m. on What's Up, Ocala.